Today we're gonna be checking out some of the best vegan restaurants in the world. Let's get straight into the video. This one's called Fancy Raddish.
I realized it wasn't the meat that tasted so good, it's what chefs did to it. And I realized that you have to appeal to people through flavor. Most people would rather have a great vegetarian dish rather than a bad meat dish.
And I totally understand, because meat on its own doesn't really taste that good. People say, oh man, I love the taste of beef, or I love the taste of chicken. No, you love that you put rosemary with your chicken. Like, that's it. Put your rosemary in something else, and that's it. Like, it comes down to flavor, unless you want to just boil your chicken and just eat bland chicken, you know?
And I was hit with this like immediate ethical dilemma that way, how to get these layers of flavor, these deep, smoky, roasted, caramelized.
Look at that caramelization there, people. Ooh, that is perfect.
Wonderful depths of flavor into my food.
Everything is so perfect.
Restaurant way back in the day, because I was already a customer, I loved it. I was able to go to work every day, be challenged and inspired in a restaurant environment.
Right there, the julienne cut, so good. When you go to a restaurant and then your carrots come out in julienne, you know you're in a fancy restaurant. Like, everything here just looks so perfect. I want to go here. I almost, let's look it up. Fancy Raddish, DC. See, this is this, oh my gosh, I need to go to DC. My mouth is watering so much right now. Chocolate bar, $14. Dang. Let's see, key lime tart, $13. This, it's not even that bad of pricing. I mean, the chocolate bar, I don't know if I want to spend $14 on a chocolate bar.
And have immediate gratification where customers were like, this is so delicious. If I could eat this way all the time, I could be vegetarian.
If I could eat that all the time, since I'm already vegan, I would just be fat.
Bees and stoners and health nuts, but families, people in suits and ties.
Just look at the grill marks on that tofu. Everything is so perfect. It's like the hash cross section. It looks like the sauce is just like perfect texture. This is when you know you're doing it right.
They're all coming in for this food.
Okay, so
suits and ties.
My only problem.
They're all.
Look at the cross section of the tofu, right? It just looks like it would be bland, but I don't know. I gotta try that out. I wonder what dish that is. It's just like it looks like, to me, just like a hunk of tofu with some pesto on top. But I would try it just to see if the pesto makes up for the flavor looking like it's not from the inside. Maybe they flavor the inside. I don't know, but that looks so good. Some eggplant.
The radish is just so representative of what
that's not a radish.
So many different things to bring out their colors, flavors, textures.
We have purple ninjas right now, Spanish black skin radishes, of course watermelon radishes. They have this flesh that just eats so beautiful.
So I didn't know that there were so many different types of radishes. I just thought that radishes were just like the red bulbs that you get at the grocery store. I didn't know that there was different kinds. That's so interesting.
Full and silky and creamy. When you cook them, people say it looks like ahi tuna, and it's something no one would have ever expected from a radish. There is kind of a Japanese underlying theme here. We use smoked soy sauce. We have a yuzu avocado puree
presentation
that helps add the rich
presentation with the puree when you're using a spatula like that. Oh my gosh, look at it. It's so perfect. I need to go here. I'm gonna look up flights to DC.
We have what we call nori soil, which is black sesame seeds, black salt, and nori ground up in the coffee mill to make this kind of dark soil. It's full of this sea funk and salty sesame flavor.
Such a good idea.
And it all comes together on this plate in this beautiful little radish garden, and to me just eats so harmoniously. The crunch, the creaminess from roasting them, the marinating, the pickling, all that comes together.
Wow.
Dan Dan noodles at its most basic are noodles with chili oil and pork. This is like one of these original street foods. You know, a guy used to walk around these villages, he'd had a long stick.
It looks like ramen noodles to me with some sauce on it.
On his neck,
probably
and two pots hanging off one side. One pot was full of the noodles and the hot water, and the other one was full of the sauce, and you'd go like this, and you'd have your Dan Dan noodles right off the street. And so I set off to create our own version of that, of course a vegan version. We do these 5 spice mushrooms on top. You have the sauce,
5 different
the secret ingredient is tahini.
I thought I saw oyster mushrooms, so that might be one of them.
Some sesame paste, and that way we get to add as much heat as we want. Tons and tons of heat, but it's kind of tempered with the tahini. So you have this canvas of sesame paste to paint these really spicy, vivid flavors on. And on top of that, we have our...
This right here is giving me ideas. Like, making something hot but not so hot using tahini. I have tahini in the fridge, so I'm thinking like, because I really like hot stuff, but sometimes it's like too hot, but I want the flavor of hot. So okay, I'll add tahini next time when I make like buffalo wings or something.
Ginger and their Szechuan peppercorns and all the great things that make Szechuan food what it is. Szechuan food just completely changed everything for us when we got to try it. It's just addictive.
Bite! I gotta go here. If you like this kind of content, and if you want me to travel to this DC place, Fancy Raddish, let me know in the comments. I'm looking it up, and it looks like a round trip from Detroit to DC is about 180 bucks. I could do that. I would so do that to go here and just try it out. Let me know in the comments if you want that. And since you're in the comments and you're kind of below the video, go ahead and take a bite out of that like button if you like this kind of content, and also lick that strawberry flavored subscribe button to become a Kali follower. Let's get back into the video.
By the time you get to dessert, you should be full, right? You're eating for the soul at that point. So you want it to be absolutely decadent, rich, beautiful, perfect.
Tell me about the
and
desserts.
Yet at the same time, sort of the mission of a vegetable restaurant. I love
That
the
looks
idea
so
of
perfect.
sneaking in some vegetable ingredients. And I think carrots are really the perfect example because of carrot cake. It's such an obvious one. So for a long time, and sort of plump them back up so that they're a little bit soaked and juicy. We do a scoop of a roasted carrot ice cream.
Roasted carrot ice cream. I have to go here. This is so good. This sounds so amazing.
When I was a little girl, my mom used to make a pot roast with carrots. I remember the flavor of the carrots when they were roasted like that. There was this salty savoriness to them. So for this ice cream, we actually roast the carrots ahead of time, and it ends up having this beautiful savory kind of quality to it. So a scoop of that in there. We do a walnut streusel to give a little.
I have an ice cream maker. I roast carrots all the time. I never even thought about making roasted carrot ice cream. That sounds so good. I could do that. When I was doing a lot of TikTok videos, I had a whole thing where I'm like, I'll turn anything into ice cream. Just top comment gets it. And people are coming off with like off the wall, like charcoal or pencils or pickle ice cream and hot dog ice cream and stuff like that, which was really nuts. But I think carrot, if you add enough sugar, would it be good? I don't know. Let's think about that. Yeah. Wow, my mind is blown right now. Carrot ice cream in carrot cake. Roasted carrot. Let's do it.
And the last element, of course, is the cream cheese frosting. I'm a frosting
Cream
girl.
cheese frosting.
Some people get the birthday cake and they just want the cake, and I'm like, give me the corner piece with like all the extra piping. So to me, having that frosting in there is really important. And to me, it just like delivers on everything you want out of a perfect carrot cake. No longer did they have to have an entree that had protein, starch, veg, and sauce. It was sort of like, okay, I'm gonna be more open-minded to all kinds of food. So I think that allowed us to really develop and sort of push boundaries. So I feel like we've become like vegan translators, you know?
Yeah.
Wow, that sounds awesome. I'm so happy that I stumbled across this video. Cool. That's it for today's video. Also, since you've stuck around to the end of the video, let's see what else I can put on this board. Okay? Let me know in the comments what I should have so it's not like a blank void of red with some like screw marks from the other stuff I tried to put on here. So that's it for today's video. Hit that like button if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.